Hey there, lads and lasses. This here is Thunderhand64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States here on a Friday morning. It is a little past 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that can only mean that it is time for some Buffooncraft SMP Season 6. Happy Friday, everyone. Slancha. Now, this is coffee today instead of my usual pint of ale because I have a lot to do today. I can't relax today with a nice ale at 11 a.m. in the morning. I need stimulants, not depressants. I've got a busy, busy day. Yeah, so I was very tempted to stream. Yes, yesterday was a good day. Yes, Arma, we understand you're on that side of the world. Looking back at us from the future. So I was very tempted to stream Buffoon Skies today. There's, let me see, Sage is on the server, but I think he's more or less AFK on there. And pretty much everybody signed off for the morning, so I was going to slip in there. I was thinking on streaming that only because I have so much work to do in there. I'm really far behind, and I don't want to let my partner, Supernova Relic, down, my teammate there. So, and we're pretty far behind. He's not, but I am. I'm really far behind of building the underside of our build. And so I was thinking, you know what, maybe I should stream it today just so I can get some work done. But no, I'll just put in a longer day. I like the buffoons to be able to relax when they're on there and not have to be self-conscious about their language. So you will enjoy it if you go with the flow. Besides, I actually also I don't want to get too far behind of Buffooncraft Season 6 either. So I want to make sure that that build is moving along so we can finish that stage of the build, which we'll be working on today. The last 2 days, I was working quite heavily in Generations, which I haven't done in quite some time. It was a lot of fun. I managed to get on a good roll with my ideas and stuff, and I was getting good results. And I said, you know what? Any productivity is good productivity. I had a good flow going, Arma, and so I went with it. And so for 2 days, I worked on Generations. So that was fun. But, you know, now I need to get back to work on the Buffooncraft, Buffoon Skies stuff and everything. So today we'll be doing Buffooncraft. But we have a very busy day. Right after the stream, I have to go fetch Kachi from school, bring him home, and then we're going to have several things that are going to happen. The new season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7 premiered yesterday, and we've been trying not to see any spoilers for it because we want to watch it with Kachi today. He wasn't able to watch it yesterday. He's too busy, his schedule. So today we're all going to get to watch that together. Also, Kachi and my older son Biggity want to have a stream today. And so we'll be doing that this evening too. And so to fit all of that stuff in there together, it's going to be challenging. We have a few other things that need to be done too, but it's going to be a busy day. So that being said, let's get right into this. Let's see. Uh-oh. Have I not updated the stream link for the display? Well, I guess I haven't. All right, let's do that. Let's go back to the campaign while I do that. Here we go. We'll do this. We'll do this. That should be right here. And we'll do this. am I gonna do this? I think I could just flip over to here for right now. I should be right. Let's try that. That should update. There we go. All right, that's better. Then this, I can do this, and I can consolidate that so we don't get any echoey sounds. We should be doing okay there. All right, much better. Yeah, OBS has done an update and stuff, so I needed to change a few things. But we should be good now. We should be good. Let's log on and get it done. Buffooncraft Season 6. That's the one. That's the one. Here we are, and we're back to this. Let's do the sleeping. So we were working on the seascaping. Come here, buddy. Yeah, no, not down there. Come on. Come on. Okay, whatever. They really need to fix the happy ghast mechanics. They really do. As far as the calling them over and mounting them and dismounting is, yeah, they really need to fix that. Okay, so it's probably going to be difficult to see through the water, so let's back off here a little bit. Okay, so we're going to have this pit that he's crawling out of, and right now we're working on the edge of the pit right now. We're blocking that in, and then we need to dig down. I want to dig down as least as possible because I don't want to have to build his body out. I'm trying to avoid that because I really want to get this done. But I am going to have to bring this down, and then I'm thinking I'm going to use gradients and grade this darker and darker blocks until I get down to I don't know, maybe 10, 20 blocks, and then I'm going to use the black concrete and stuff just to make it look like he's, you know, a deep black hole that he's climbing out of. So that's the idea there. That's what I'm trying to do now. But we're filling in around the rim here first, and we're going to do that. And then we'll start digging out the middle bits. I gotta say, I'm really satisfied with the way that this looks, although it came out, as I often say, much more terrifying than I intended it to. I wanted it to look a little toonier and stuff than it did, but it's horrifying. But Nebula likes it, so I'm going to keep it like that. Maybe it'll look funnier when I put the eyes in, hopefully. Because it was intended to be a funny build. And now it's just horrifying. Okay, so this is nice because we already sketched in the boundary for the outer edge and the inner edge, and now we're just filling in. So these are nice streams. I don't have to think too hard about what I'm doing here. I don't have to count blocks or anything. You know, it's just fill stuff. It's really nice. All right, just gonna knock down this grass and the seaweed. There's a whole bunch of blockos are gonna go in here. Yeah, and this is tedious stuff to do, but you know, can't really think of a better way to do it right now, so I'm just gonna knock it out with my hand, with my thunderous hand. We don't have to do all the sections. We'll just do it maybe a quarter section at a time. The good thing is, you know, we don't have to fill this in with solid material. Here's my spear. We don't have to fill this in with solid material. We can leave it hollow. But we do have to get the seaweed down so we can place the blocks. That's the deal there. There we go. And we'll just do this kind of method. That way we're not floating while we're trying to place blocks, which significantly slows us down. But you know that? That's kind of stupid. Please, hands just do the thing. There we go. And then the idea here is just to use the tuff, but then speckle in some other kinds of blocks, probably stone, and the stone bricks, and the cracked stone bricks, and the mossy, and maybe some deep slate too, for the darker bits, darker areas. So we'll use this for the tough bricks for our mid color, and then the stone for our lighter color, and the deep slate for the darker color. Please, please, just go where I want you to go. And then we'll have to do some of this kind of stuff where we need to make it merge with the seabed, right? So we're going to have to do something like that along the outside when we get this filled in on the top. And then we'll have to do it on the inside, but only after we dig down, of course. So. All right, let's go get some more tuff. And you know what? We may actually have to go mining for some tuff. I do remember the last time I did manage to find some. I think I went and got some from Sage. And Sage told us pretty much that we can go get however much that we could possibly need. So that's good. Maybe I won't have to go get it. Maybe I could just go grab it from his place. And there, of course, he is. And confirming what I just said. Sage has plenty more. Okay. That helps, sir. Appreciate it. That definitely helps. Emote, please. Stream bombing me here. Dude. Bubba's trying to work. There you go. Okay. It's going to be interesting digging down with this and then dealing with the water. In fact, I might leave the top layer on as much as possible. That way I don't have to deal with, you know, the water and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. How are you doing today, Sage? You should all see the auto shout out there for the real foolish one himself. He and Lone Star doing a spectacular job in Buffoon Skies. All the buffoons are really. The builds are looking spectacular. It's really cool to see Eve and Kai in there. They're doing some incredible stuff. Weekend has officially begun, so doing much better. Good for you, man. Good for you. In Buffoon Skies, I'm struggling quite a bit because not only am I doing terraforming, which I am not good at, but I'm doing extreme terraforming upside down over the void. So it's taking me a very long time to do that. I think I've got a decent rhythm and a decent plan, though, so I should be okay. But it took me quite a bit to work that system out, because I have, the mathematical obsession compulsions, and it makes it very hard to spam blocks. So, but that's one of the reasons why I'm grateful for partnering up with Nova, is he's very, very good at that and very fast. So I've already learned a couple of things from him just from Skies 2. That should prove useful in future builds. There's Lone Star. You can all see the auto shout out there for Lone. Lone, I hope you found your stone box comfy. I just thought, AFK-wise, you might have needed a little bit of privacy. It was wonderful, Ta. By the way, Lone Star and I both being Iron Maiden fans, you must know that they have a movie coming out, which is going to be a theatrical release, too. Burning Ambition? Yeah, Kachi and I are psyched for that. I'm definitely bringing Kachi to the theater to see that. Oh, you've seen it already? Okay, cool. Or you've seen the ads for it. Yeah, because I don't think it's been released yet. It hasn't over here anyway. Ah, that explains the box. Just some lighthearted mischief. Nothing destructive. The ads for it, yeah. Yeah, Kachi and I are freaked to go see that. I'd really like to have Kachi go see them in concert. They're coming here to LA. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not. But as far as first concerts go, that would be a good one for him. All right, let's go get our next batch here. Let's go pull away here. We'll go have ourselves a look. I lost all my gear, so needed iron to buy new stuff. The iron farm was low, so I AFK'd and played. Checking every now. Okay. Oh, did you take a little trip into the void there? I think you did. I might have even seen the message for that one. Okay, I think we're doing quite well here. We should be over halfway to completion here. All right, let's go grab some more. Nemo, old buddy. Let's see, stonecutter. Stonecutter. Right there. I wish there was a way I could cut down the steps on this. Yeah, I can't. I cannot automate this or cut down the steps. All right, I think I'm good. Consider checking iron in the storage system. There is also extra in there. No, I died to the magma cubes while trying to get the lights. Got too greedy. Ugh. Dude. Shut has been asking me to put in the collection system for that, but I'm quite far behind on the underside of our build right now, and I'm trying to focus on getting that to a certain stage. And since I don't need the lights right now to do that, I've definitely been putting that off. Also, I'm not the only buffoon who's capable of doing that, so... Although, once I'm ready, I'm going to be using so many of the yellow frog lights. So very many of those. So that's a hint there, buffoons. All right, I need to clear out all of this seaweed. Ugh. The good thing is I don't have to get the sea grass, though. That's going to be low enough where I don't have to deal with that, but... Or it should be. I might have to take out some of it. A little bit of it here and there. And by seaweed, I mean the kelp. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. Okay, that should be good. There'll be a couple of bits of seagrass we'll have to take out of there, but we should be fine. It's going to blind us with the brightness of 1,000 suns. I'm going to channel, and channel's an interesting word for that. I'm going to channel a little bit of some Thunderhand Buffooncraft Season 4 for our base. I'm not going to do precisely that, what I did on that Season 4 build, but something a little similar to that. I wasn't going to originally do that. I was going to keep things kind of as simple as I could, but I think I owe it to Nova, especially, you know, since you all went and set the bar so freaking high, buffoons that you are, you know, I think I have to ramp things up a little bit, so I think I owe it to Nova. To pull out some stops, but unfortunately that means things are going to be a little bit more difficult, and that means things are going to go a little slower. What I would like to do for Skies is to finish our build in week 5, so we have week 6 just to goof around and interact with the other buffoons and stuff. That would be really nice if I could do that. Nova has been working on his part, which is the upper part of the build, the top side, and of course he's just been doing a spectacular job, and he hasn't been on half as much as I have, so I really got to get things going there. Yeah, I hate my bridge idea. So many void deaths incoming. Are you having regrets, Sage? That's the other thing, you know, bridge ideas. You know, I have to change our bridge significantly because in hindsight, I'm really wishing that I built our build above the plane of the central island, so you really get that ring effect instead of seeing it on edge. You know, it looks really majestic when you see it from slightly below. And so I think I'm going to first of all curve our bridge in the XZ plane, and then I'm going to dip it down into the center, make a reverse curve down into in the y-axis. That way you'll start at the same level as the central island, but then you'll dip downward and be able to look up at our build, and then you will then proceed upward to it from the bridge. So I'm thinking of something like that. It's just going to be, the geometry for that's going to be a little tricky, but you know, it really needs to have that effect. Plus the lighting features that I'm going to install in it will also add to that effect a little bit too. So are we getting a new bridge? We might. Currently it is just cobble and cobble walls, so we need to upgrade, but my idea keeps getting more elaborate. A saggy bridge. A savvy curvy bridge. Know what I should be doing. I should be doing this from the outer edge inward, I'm thinking. It doesn't matter much, but might be good to have a lookout off of it. Well, yeah, and that's the idea of curving it, right? So it'll curve in the XZ plane and the horizontal plane, but it will also dip in the y-axis. So when you're at the center point, you'll be able to look out nearly straight, and the bridge itself won't obstruct the view of the build, right? And so that's why it has to curve in two planes, right? So yeah, that midpoint, yeah, we'll definitely make some sort of observation point there. It's going to look magnificent. Plus, I think, you know, Nova and I teaming up together, I think the expectations are kind of high. And so I feel a little pressure to come through there. Let's do that. Our bridge is a 45-degree diagonal with roughly 100 block sides, which makes it about 141 blocks long, which is about 135, which is divisible into 3 segments of 45. Yes. Which are divisible into 3 segments of 15, which are 3 of 5. So might be some recursion there. A little bit. A little bit. If you look at that mess that I have dangling off the bottom of ours right now, even though it looks symmetrical right now, the symmetry is going to be disguised as we start to add in the block palette and then the natural dangly bits, as Nova says. But as much as I try to like spam blocks on that, I just can't do that because of my obsession compulsions. So those steps in between those gradations are all sequences of primes. They're all sequences of primes between 100 and 120. In between 2 and... No, if I'm talking between, it's going to be between 1 and 129. Which sounds horrifying, but you know, once you get the pattern established, it's fine. And then, you know, if it deviates a little bit from the pattern, that's fine, because it's supposed to be natural, right? So it's a pseudo-random. Okay. We can continue right off of this, I think. I'll tell you, I was really excited to do so much building in Generations over the last 2 days. When I did the stream on Wednesday, I really hit a good mark productivity-wise. I had some really good ideas and very good progress. So that was super inspiring. And so I spent about 2 days doing that. Most of that time was trying to gather the sherds because I wanted the custom decorated, well, I wouldn't say custom, but the decorated pots for part of the build. And I wanted 4 different kinds. And I wanted them to be trade hall themed, more or less, as much as I could. And so that meant going through a lot of sea ruins and doing the archaeology and digging up all the sherds, and it took a long time. So it's been pretty much 2 days of that. But it's nice because I get out to explore that map, and that map is a beautiful map. And every time I have to update the chunks in that map, we just get cooler and cooler stuff every time. As far as terrain and biome generation and stuff goes, it's a great map. As a matter of fact, there is something I wanted to post in several forums, but maybe I'll just preview it here quickly. See if I can dig it up. Where would that be? That would be over here. I know you guys can't see the screen, but I'm pulling up the image. Data roaming. Multi-MC, instances, generations. There we go, Minecraft, and should be screenshots. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, let's, Sage, the floor looks amazing. So... So I was out exploring ocean ruins. I think I came across this yesterday in the Generations map. That's a natural generation. I swear to God, I did not. The last known location of Captain Lux J Gaming. That is a natural generation, people. You gotta love this game. And then, yeah, just so I could get the coords so I can find it again. This game is so absurd. All right, enough of that. Back to Buffooncraft. Let's see, Buffooncraft SMP since season 6. I'll switch to the display in just a moment. I want to pull up the map. Get logged back in. And I have, what, 19 minutes until we run ads? All right. And we're good. Okay. Back to this. I thought you might get a kick out of seeing that, though. Very, very silly generation in Generations. Yeah, it's nice when we have something solid on which we can place these blocks. It's not nice when seaweed is in the way. Or seagrass. There we go. Fuck. Fuck again. You know what? Let's just go clean it up after. Yeah, that's not going to work either. I think I should do it more in like this. Okay. And then similarly, onto this side. No, no, no. Come on, hands. Please. Hey there, buddy. You know, there's supposed to be a warm ocean coral reef version of the variant of the zombie nautilus. Considering our biome around the island, I would really like to get my hands on one of those. But I haven't seen any around yet. We're in... Right now, I think we're in lukewarm ocean. Biome. Deep lukewarm ocean. Oh, Sage, I'm gonna have to make a run pretty soon here. Is it nighttime up above? Yes, of course. Look at that thing. That's terrifying. Look. We need more tough. And we're out. I think we're going to have to make a run. Yeah. All right. We're off to Sage's. I think 2 more shulkers should do it, though. We're coming into the home stretch over here. If you can see from above, from this angle, you can see we really just have to make that stretch right in there, and then we're finished. With this, filling in this part here. All right. Let us go mount our friend Nemo here and shoot out across the sea. Let's go, buddy. Like that. It's hard to control this in third person. There we go. So ridiculous looking. He actually can survive up on land for short periods of time. But he's got his armor on, his netherite armor, so he should be okay in the sun. Because otherwise, he'd be cooked. Literally. Come on, buddy. All right. I think I need to do that. Come on. There we go. Oh, wrong side of the shaft. And we're good. All right, off to Sage's to go get some tough. Boink. I'll have my boat back. Thank you very much. And when going to Sage's place, it's often not worthwhile to even bother with a boat. Just hoof it. There we go. Okay. Storage, right, that's down here. Boink. Look at that. Sage, I was so tempted to build a nice big curving dam. I mean, this still looks good, though. I especially like that curve in that plane. That looks cool. Very cool. Man, the amount of work that you've done here is just incredible. Look at the geodes. Let's see. What am I trying to get hold of here? Yeah, here we are. Where did those go? Are they down here? Yeah, they're on the opposite side. Okay, got it. Right there. Okay, there's one. There's nearly two. Well, there's two, and then our... No, please. We'll load up our inventory. There we go. And then we're off. Thank you, Sage. And let me see, we have, what, 8 minutes? Until we take a break and run our ads. And I ask Mrs. Thunderhand to please turn down the TV. I'm in the studio with the door closed. The TV's in the other side of the house and I can still hear it. It's super loud. It's like, please, please. Okay. I have to do the same with it. Yes. I don't think you guys can hear the TV though, right? You might if you like really... See, I almost set down the bed there. Almost. Nice try, brain. Okay, good. Right here. And we're back. I do have a very cool plan for this tunnel, which is going to look completely different than this. So we'll see. If we have enough time, or if we make an appropriately decent amount of use of our time. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, good. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Look. Right around here, boy. Let's go. Go, go, go. All right, let's do that. No, 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 no. Get back here. It's for your own good. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll set both of these down. Here and here. Dude, I'm trying to work. There we go. Back at it. All right. Let me see. We have 4 minutes. I think I can close up this gap in that time. Let's try it. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I don't know. I might be able to close that up in time. We'll see. Especially when we get to these bits here, we have something solid on which we can place these. This part tends to go pretty quickly. Crank it away. Lay down those tough blocks. Cool. Getting there. I'll take care of those bits in just a moment. 2 minutes, huh? So that was about half the time to do that. That's not bad. Let's get out of swim mode here. All right, maybe. Yes. Nothing like a little bit of progress to help out the inspiration. I need to make a lot more progress in skies right now. Okay, that's pretty good actually. All right, we're out of blocks for now. I think that's good enough. That marks some significant progress. Very well. Let's swim on back. We will re-equip. But before we do that, let us take a little bit of a break. We'll run about maybe 3 minutes, our standard 3 minutes of ads, and then we will be right back. And we're back for the second half of blistering excitement for our stream. Exciting block placement. Let's do this. We need to make some bricks, right? Try not to be overwhelmed. By the incredible action of Thunderhand 64 as he crafts tough slabs. That was wasteful. That should do it for now. And let's see. What am I doing here? Let's restart the playlist. There we go. Oh, we ran out right here. Really? Oh, well, I suppose it doesn't really matter. We're definitely going to finish this. Then what? Maybe the sides along the outer edge? Then we'll start to craft up some stone bricks. One of the other things that I've been avoiding here at my base, two of them actually, two pretty significant things, is a moss farm and a tree farm. The moss farm I'm going to need right now. Right now what I've been doing is just packing up a whole bunch of bone meal with some empty shulkers, and then just finding a stony shore somewhere and then just bone mealing the heck out of that area, and then harvesting it all with a hoe. But I need to break down and make a farm. Okay, almost. Got it. Hands, please. Please. It's just block placement. It's not that difficult. There we go. Coming into the home stretch. All right, next patch. Next patch should be it. We just have to fill in that little patch right there. All right, I think I cleaned out what we had in here, right? Yes. Got it. Got it. All right, let's go finish this up. Then, as I said, maybe we'll go around the outer edge and fill in around that. Very, very cool. Very cool that we had Sage help us out with this. We didn't have to waste the time to mine this stuff. That really helped out a lot, buddy. Appreciate it. Okay. All right, there we go. That's better. Simply cannot wait to watch JoJo Part 7 with Kachi and Biggie. We are so psyched for that. Please. I feel so bad for the dolphins because they're supposed to be so cute and then so helpful with the dolphins' grace and everything. They're just annoying all the way around in every possible way. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's all filled in. Now I'm thinking we just... Oh, the dolphins' grace, please. Please, you're killing me here, all right? All right, so I'm thinking we just go around now, around the outer edge like this. And we'll just bring it into the seabed floor. I might trim this down a little bit by about maybe 3 blocks. I don't know. I guess I could bring this down to here. This wouldn't be that bad to do. Might look kind of cool. fact, this would give the illusion that this pit is very deep, right? No, 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 no. This goes here. Come on, come on. Place the blocks. Okay, cool. Do that. And then this. And I think I'm going to leave these natural blocks in here. Like that. And then see, that gives the impression of just how low this thing goes. So let's get over here. We'll place some blocks this way. I might do some terraforming of the ocean floor here, but I'm trying to avoid that. I really want to finish this part of the build. Right. I'm gonna have to go craft some more for the edges here. Yeah, okay, let's go do that. Okay, I'm in swim mode. Sometimes I gotta check. I think we're good. Yeah, we're actually getting kind of far away from our staging area. That's how big this thing is. It's so huge. All right. Is it nighttime up above? It probably is. Look at that guy. Good Lord. Wow. Major hand failure there. Come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Get my blocks. So we've got that kind of a thing happening. No, 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 no. Hands, please. Please. Okay, that's not bad. We'll pick it up from here. Goodly enough. I'm thinking I'm just going to go straight across like this. Not like that, though. Okay, I don't think I've missed any spots there so far. Let's just continue on around. You can see where we've just demoed a little bit of this on the other side here. So now we're following up with the actual thing. All right. No, 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 no. Like that. Okay, groovy. All right, that's cool. Right there, right there, right there. pull that block. All right, so we've got a nice... Oh, wow, we've got some pretty significant fill areas to do here. This is cool, though. The more of these kind of features we have, the more that it sells the idea that this thing goes down deep into the earth. We got a trident boy. So, oh, look at him hiding over there in the kelp. Okay, we need to go craft some more bricks. Oh, we're doing well here. We're doing well. Let me see. I have 32 minutes left of the stream. Well, we should definitely finish up the outside of this. I only really have to make it over to here. And then I think this side is all set. This is all pretty much level. Oh, we might have a little bit to do over here. Yeah, we've got a small area to do here. This stuff here was just for registration purposes. So I don't know, I'll have to do something here with this eventually at some point. Let's go craft up some more bricks. Okay, there we go. That should be enough. Look at the shelf for our island there. So cool. we have a little bit of moderation to do. Bye-bye. Nice. Okay, so that whole part of the edge is now finished. Let's get over to here. And this should tidy it up. Then I might have a little bit of demolition to do in that part right there, but I'm telling you, I'm really looking forward to finishing up this part of the build. It's been haunting me for quite some time, and I'd like to get it done and get to work on the island itself. Alrighty. So I'm thinking now we carve away some of this stuff. Maybe we can put in some sand here and make this look like natural features a little bit. And again, I'm not sure what to do about this. Maybe I'm thinking of dropping this down by about maybe 3 blocks. And keeping the open trench so you can see it going all the way down. But I don't like this being on the same level as the lip of that. I don't like that. But I do want to take this out. Alright, so let's mark a boundary first. Very careful, surgically precise, not to hit the build. All right, same here. I have to remember W and then release. W and release. Because when we hit W twice rapidly, we go into swimming mode, and that's super annoying. Now, if I felt a little bit more inspired, it would be cool to rework this hand so the fingers and the claws are like clenched over the lip of this. That would just sell the realism of it all the more, but no time for that. No time for that. check this out. Okay, interesting. What if I do that? There we go. Some nice delicious steak. Again, I'm thinking of taking this out just to the sand, and then maybe I'll have the sand come down and meet this. Hook. Dolphin, please. Look. The man's trying to work here. See, even the drowned over there is less annoying. See, I can easily deal with him. I can just do this. And he's done, see? Back to work. Wow, that trench looks cool. What is this, though? I think I would have seen all of these spots by now. Spent so much time in this area. Here we go. All right, let's swap this out for the tough bricks. This I may just fill in with the sand right up to here. I'm not entirely certain. We'll see what happens. But I don't mind filling this in the meantime. It should be okay. There's a zomboid on the other side of the wall. Being converted into a drown. Oh, no, he's right up there. Okay, sure. Let's go take care of this guy. Look at him. I'm blocking my block placement. Where's the other one? I can hear him. Where is he? Is he inside? Okay, whatever. Gee, I'm just trying to work. Okay, cool. Right. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah, a little something like that, maybe. Maybe I can break up the edge of this and just kind of leave this in here for the most part. that. Okay. Then, like I said, we'll probably carry the sandbank over because we need something for the hand to be grabbing onto. And it's grabbing onto the edge of this, but only at those points right there. Of course, it doesn't have to be a direct connection either. It could be like he's pushed off of that. All right, I think I'm going to take this down by about 3 blocks, and then we'll average it out. Something like that. Let's get these corner pieces. How am I doing stream-wise? I have 16 minutes left to this stream. And I am quite pleased with the progress that we have made. Squidders! We'll do the same thing over here now. Hawk. Oh, we've got another troublemaker right there. Coming to crash our little crike. What does the Irish say? A crack. It's my American accent when I'm speaking Anguelga. Man, did he close that distance fast, huh? Okay, so I'm thinking something initially kind of like that, just to break up this plane a little bit. And then we'll vary this somewhat, but the thing is how far out to go. Maybe just out to the sand there on the edge. This is kind of bounds itself. So, yeah, let's just do this because this is the easier of the two to do, I feel. Not only that, but we got ourselves some stone here too that we're going to need a little later on. So we can apply some gradient and some texturing to that. You know what? That right there might make a good thumbnail. Like, should I go into swim mode? Wow, you know, when I get out of range of the conduit, it looks a little better. Come on. Come on, conduit effect. Maybe I want to get close enough where I can get some of the ring features. Like maybe right there. Okay. Maybe like that. All right, back to work. Enough clowning about. I should set up a beacon here, really. I think I do have a beacon. I think I'm just out of range of it. Certainly make this go a lot quicker. But right now I'm just running out the clock on the stream, so. Okay, yeah, we gotta empty our pockets. We can just dart right off and go get Kachi. There we go. Pockets emptied. Okay, and then we're back to mowing this down. Wait, can I get in here to pick up the... Yeah, we've got a bit of the haste too. I think I could just travel inward a little bit to go get the haste too, and then just... Oh, we lose it almost immediately. Yeah, you only get it for like 3 minutes. I could go move the beacon closer, but, you know, just for this patch, I don't think so. The other side of this, on the other side of the trench, maybe. Maybe I'll move it over for that. Coolness. Oh, big old gravel patch here right at the very end. I think I'm going to leave it, though. As a natural feature. Cool. All right, making progress. Clean up our mess here, and we have like 6 minutes left. Maybe we can shape that a little bit. Add some variation. Then we'll call it a stream. So I'm thinking variation-wise, we just kind of do a... something like that. To get that first edge in. Please stop going into swim mode, please. Trying to actually make some progress here. Tell you, this has some serious season 4 vibes. All this underwater work. Leave these little clumps of sand here with a little bit of stone right there, just to add a little bit of variation. And we'll do the same down here. Do maybe like that. Right. Maybe something like that for that level. Bring that down to here. Hawk with the swimming, please. You can tell it's starting to get tired. Right, okay. Mine. W release. Mine. W release. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind leaving like an outcropping here. That's kind of cool. pass it this down here. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 1, maybe 1, 2, like that. Maybe I'll break that up with that there and that there. Yeah, that's not so bad. All right, and then we can just speckle in some of this like that, just to break up that straight line on the edge there. And similarly here, let's break up some of this. And then we'll also come in here with some sand and some, see later when we decorate with the natural stuff. However, I'm thinking that's going to do it for today. There's a little bit along the edge here that we have to clean up. But I think for the most part, we're doing well. Let's get back over to the staging area. You know, in fact, you know what? I'm going to log off right here, so when I log back on, I'll remember to do this part right here. That right there might also make a decent thumbnail. Okay, pickaxe in hand. But I gotta make sure I'm sitting up straight and tall like a man. Okay, I am gonna forego the raid today because I want to go head right on out and get Kaji, and I'm pretty tired. So that will do it for our Buffooncraft SMP Season 6 stream for today. Our next stream will be tonight at some point. Kachi's going to want to do Kachi time. I just don't know when, so keep your eye out for the going live notification. There may be a stream on Sunday. I'm not certain. It's usually we do Kachi time from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see what happens there. The stream after that will be Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that will be Generations. And we should be in the Baby Zombie Rush beta world, creative mode, working on our not-so-mini game. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your evening, your morning, wherever you happen to be. Join us again next time. Bye for now.